Have you ever decluttered your closet only for it to be full again a couple of months later? It's not just you. Most people struggle to keep their wardrobes clutter-free, and it has nothing to do with willpower. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to declutter your wardrobe like a minimalist and without losing your style in the process. We'll talk about why most people struggle to declutter, my step-by-step minimalist closet decluttering method, how to avoid the most common mistakes people make, and how to make sure your closet always feels you. Let's get into it. Before I decluttered, my closet always looked full, but most of it was just taking up space. I had impulse buys, fantasy life outfits, pieces I felt guilty getting rid of because they were either expensive, I wore them for a special occasion, or I got it from someone as a gift. And yet, I rotated the same handful of outfits. Every morning, I would stand there feeling frustrated and just getting really annoyed, thinking that I did not have enough clothes. But the truth was, the right clothes were buried under the wrong ones. So here's the thing. We do get emotionally attached to things, including our clothes. We convince ourselves that we will wear them one day, or we hold on to them for a version of ourselves that we wish we were or that we want to become in the future. We all know these social media trends that are being pushed down our throats so much, and so you start identifying yourself with these things and actually thinking that you want to become the same person. But the reality is that no one is that person. Even if you declutter once, it's really easy to fall back into these habits. And of course, you see these trends on social media and you start again thinking that you need to buy more things. And also because it's just so natural for us to over time accumulate things. And that is exactly why your closet ends up being full again and again if you don't have a system to follow. Okay, but what should you do then? Well, you're going to start decluttering like a real pro. And here's how you'll do that. You're going to empty your wardrobe entirely. Yes, the whole thing, everything that you own has to be laid out. Then you're going to sort everything into categories: tops, bottoms, dresses, bags, and so on. Then you're gonna play a really fun game and try on and rate everything. But here's how you're gonna do that. You're going to think about how confident it makes you feel, like how good it looks on you, what is the fit, how is the fabric. Natural fabrics are the best ones to choose. You want to avoid polyester and you want natural fabrics. What are some natural fabrics then? Cotton, cashmere, wool, silk. All of these are really, really good natural fabrics. Then you're gonna think about versatility. And by that, you want to think about how easily can you mix and match this single item with other items. And it doesn't have to mean that it's a certain color like beige, black, white, but in your wardrobe, in your style, is it an item that can be mixed with other items easily? Then you're gonna play another fun game and style test every single item that you want to keep with one single question in mind. And the question is, can it make at least 3 outfits with what you already own? There are 2 things to think about. One, it cannot make good outfits with things that you don't own. So you can't think, oh, this top would make such a cute outfit with a pair of black jeans. If you don't have a pair of black jeans, that doesn't count. And 2, it doesn't have to be a certain color or a certain fit. It doesn't need to be like white for it to be able to make multiple outfits. Now that you've done all that, you're going to condition check the items you want to keep. And you're going to be ruthless with that. Anything that is faded, damaged, it has weird little black spots on it, you're not going to keep it. Going further, if it doesn't feel good wearing it, is it itchy? Does just not fit your body? Out it goes. By the time you've done all this, I'm sure that you have some items that you absolutely want to keep, that you absolutely don't want to keep, and some that you're very unsure about. So here's what you're gonna do with the maybe items. You're going to grab an old box of whatever type, whether that's a moving box, a plastic box, just grab a box. And you're going to put anything that you're unsure of in that box for 30 days. So we're giving these items one more chance and waiting 1 month. If you haven't looked for that item in the box in the past month, it has to go because clearly you're not using it, you're just emotionally attached to it. Every item that you take out of the maybe box, clearly you use those items, so they can go back into your wardrobe. And now let's talk about some mistakes and how to avoid them. So the first mistake is don't declutter without a clear style direction, or you risk getting the wrong pieces. And what do I mean by this? I mean that you're going to entirely ignore social media and have some mood boards ready. I will talk about how to do that in a good way in just a little bit. The main thing is don't try to be someone else's style. So I found that it's really, really helpful not looking at like random Pinterest pictures or my favorite influencers and how they look and what they wear, because I'm not the same person and I don't like to wear the same things. The next one is connected to this, and that is to don't chase Instagram trends that are not actually you. It's really, really, really easy to get caught up in these trends. And I'm definitely guilty of doing that in the past and even in the present, to be honest, because I feel like they just come with such force towards us that we kind of just forget for a moment who we are. You want to do this exercise clear headed and not really thinking about any sort of Instagram trends. And just remember that all these trends, they come and go. So what you want to do instead is build up a wardrobe that is really, really you, and declutter the wardrobe in a way that you don't lose who you are and what you like. And sure, it's normal for your style to change over time depending on various factors and things that are going on in your life. For me, going full force with toddler momhood, now it's just so easy to grab simple things from my wardrobe that work and allow me to chase my toddler around, basically. The next one is don't keep clothes for a body or lifestyle you don't have right now. I'm sure that we're all guilty of doing this at some point or another. I've definitely done this in the past, not only after giving birth, but I struggle with my weight quite a bit for a few years. So I definitely had items, especially jeans. Jeans, I remember jeans I bought that never fit me, but I did not sell them. But the truth is, it just feels so much better to have things in my wardrobe that I actually reach for and feel good in, instead of keeping things that I know they're just gonna make me sad because I can't use them. I kind of try to flip the switch and think about how there is someone else out there who would be so happy to use those items. Decluttering your wardrobe should sharpen your style and not erase it. Keep a personal style mood board or Pinterest board open while you sort, because it's going to become your filter while you do these exercises. And just to reiterate the point, your mood board doesn't have to look like this. It can look something like this, or even something like this. And if you don't know your style yet, that's where my free Notion workbook comes in. It's the same one I use in my How to Find Your Personal Style video series, which I'm going to link here on this video, so you can just go and watch those. It walks you through figuring out your colors, your silhouettes, and it even helps you identify key pieces in the wardrobe based on the style that you want to have, and set up a buy list for yourself so that you can slowly accumulate those things, making sure that you have every piece that you really need as a base item in that wardrobe. If it's something that you find helpful, please let me know in the comments or just DM me, because I really like to get the feedback. Talking a bit about my results, after my first real declutter, I think I got rid of half of my closet, but still somehow it felt like I had more options. Everything worked together. It was just so simple to create outfits. I lost the frustration in the mornings. I didn't really stand in front of my wardrobe anymore thinking, ugh, I have nothing to wear. Okay, but here are some extra tips that might be helpful. Take before and after pictures, because it helps you see the difference. You can definitely turn it into a game as well, and sort of just documenting your outfits that you can save on your phone or in a Notion dashboard, so you can come back to them and get some inspiration from yourself. Track your outfits for 30 days to spot your go-tos. I feel like this can definitely turn into a game that you can even play with your friends, so that you can inspire each other as well, which I think is super, super fun to do. And it doesn't have to be anything complex, so you don't have to think about like spreadsheets, databases, and all that type of thing. It can be something as simple as just taking some mirror selfies every single morning before you go out the door and saving them in a folder on your phone. I, however, am very extra with planning and organizing and all that type of jazz. So what I would suggest is, at the end of the month, first of all, set yourself a reminder, because you're going to forget. I would sit down, get a notebook, flip through all the pictures, and sort of actually write down how many times you wore something. And I'll tell you why this can be helpful. Maybe going through your pictures, you're going to realize that, let's say you wore the basic white t-shirt for like 11 times, but the black one you only wore 4 times. What does it tell you? It tells you maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, you naturally gravitate towards lighter colors. So it will give you an idea about what type of pieces you want to invest in long term and what pieces are actually your like super favorite pieces. And I think that's very valuable information. You don't have to do that. I would do it. Okay, this tip is my favorite. Adopt the one in, one out rule, meaning you only bring new things in when you get rid of something. This one really pushes you out of your comfort zone. I personally love it. I actually use it not only in my wardrobe, but in my skincare and my makeup as well. This became a really fun game for me, especially with skincare and makeup, because I need to actually use up the thing I have before I can buy something. So whenever I want to buy a new skincare or makeup product, I literally save them on my wish list. It just gets so exciting. I'm scrolling to my wish list and needing to decide that one thing I really want. It kind of reminds me when I was a child and we went to the grocery store. My mom usually got us something, not always, but usually got us something, but it had to be one thing. And I was always like, oh, I want the chocolate, the ice cream, the candy, the everything. Just like only one item. And it really taught me a lot about valuing things in a different way. So it's just a really fun exercise to remind ourselves that we don't actually have to buy every single thing we want all the time we want them. And here's the truth. Your wardrobe is not going to stay decluttered forever. We all naturally bring in new things no matter how mindful we are about shopping and our consumption. So I do recommend doing this exercise every 6-8 months, I would say, especially if you live in a climate with 4 distinct seasons, because you need a little bit more variety compared to someone who lives on a climate that is mostly warm or mostly cold. At least that's what I do to keep my closet fresh without allowing that clutter to creep back in. And remember, you don't need a perfect capsule wardrobe. What you need is a closet full of clothes that make you happy, look good on you, and you actually love wearing them. And with everything, my motto again is progress over perfection. So if you only clean out a tiny drawer, that is a win.